now. Where you're going to go ahead and start up these games. But there is your picks and bans. Wanted to go ahead and show you guys right away what it was, just so you guys aren't missing out on anything. Streamlabs decided that they wanted to crash on me, and I'm very, very sorry. As we will get into game number 3 right here, right now. Ninetales being picked up as their final pick for Ikigai no Tsurugi, and Decidueye being picked on the side of hashtag teamdripp. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and get into game number 3.
Let's do it and share your screen whenever you can.
Oh, yeah, it crashed. There you
go. Okay, thank you so much. Let's get it. It's so exciting. Moving on to the itemization part. Actually going in. Now, Decidueye rocking the standard hyper carry build. Having a couple of buddy barriers on the side of Ikigai no Tsurugi. And 3 buddy barriers on the side of teamdripp once again. But Bench actually rocking the Urshifu this time. And gonna have that focus band. So a lot of sustain, or at least a lot of defense, is gonna be super important when it comes to actually that type of play. The Vix is gonna rock that Cinderace onto the jungle. And Ikigai no Tsurugi stand alone on possibly the hardest group of the league as the undefeated team, or is teamdripp looking to be another Brock Lesnar in the Undertaker that is Ikigai no Tsurugi? This is game number 3.
I knew that from going into this that this match in particular this week was going to go to 3 games. Both of these teams have shown that they are number 1 in this league. Both of these teams have shown that they could take it all the way. Both of these teams have shown that they know how to make this go. And Squirtle's Den is on the Venu, and it's on the bottom instead of the jungle.
Moving in onto the Mr. Mime, who already loses the passive effect to the focus band. Alolan Bullpix is still going to be at level 3. But almost getting onto the mark where the Baltoy is going to appear. The middle part already, he was already on Lonely Ninetales, so it's not going to really going to matter. And Mr. Mime actually securing that Indeedee is super important to actually get that extra experience in. As we're waiting for the 9 minutes to be played right now, so Baltoy is going to go on the hand of Alolan Ninetales. Moving into 5 seconds, 3 people on both teams ready to fight this out. Actually moving in a little bit closer. Now the Machoke actually putting on the damage onto the Rowlet. First blood on the side of Ikigai no Tsurugi, being as aggressive as they possibly can be. Wicked Blow Urshifu going to be the pick for teamdripp.
Yeah, being able to go invincible going to the character that you select is going to hurt against this Urshi. I wouldn't definitely choose to opt to go against or use that move against one of the comfy picks, but hitting this might actually go down. No, it's missing just 1 stack, just that barely half a stack, and missing that crit, and or else it would have went down.
By the skin of the Urshifu's teeth, the Mime survives to live another day. Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales actually not being able to stop the stacking from the side of the Urshifu, and that is going to be a dangerous game to play if that Wicked Blow actually connects on the money.
Yeah, Urshifu is going to go down here, which is perfectly fine. It's gotten 3, it's gotten 4 stacks already, and Raptor Arms is going to come down here just so that it can defend, as Squirtle's Den is right here, right around the corner. Going to be able to go ahead and help defend this, and its Animated Eagle comes in with a massive little heal. There goes the Moonlight, and there goes the heals. As heals comes in, Vix is going in with the little autos and doesn't take anything. Everybody starts to back up. Animated Eagle with more heals. Gets a lot of that farm. Bench is level 6, and Squirtle Den is level 7.
Yeah, we are seeing barrier confusion actually being played by Mr. Mime. Gonna get those stuns in as much as possible. Animated on the bottom side, as we're seeing actually Dartrix being manhandled by the Machoke and the Comfy on the top side. The Reggies have both appeared, and we're having a similar situation to what we saw in the first game. 30 points actually on the board, and they managed to take down the Dark Strix and secure the Reggie Rock. The rotations from the side of Ikigai no Tsurugi actually to being able to take down the Urshifu as well. Only Regieleki left on the board so far.
Yeah, they only got that. Vix had its Unite, so the Unite was able to secure it without a problem.
Yeah.
I just don't, it helped. That's what will help you in that early part, and that's what will help you like later on. So it's just they opted not go ahead and take this. Looks like they kind of want a little bit bigger overcap as Vix is coming in for a huge overcap here, but they need to get in the back line. Oh nope! Now that Cloud missed that arrow just barely.
So due to the rotation then to actually secure the Regieleki, important is going to be who's actually going to get that last hit in, and it's going to go to the Alolan Ninetales. Vix really doesn't need that extra experience, so you might as well give it to the other carry of your team.
Yeah, it looks like Squirtle's Den now has the Unite, but here goes Aegis. The rest of the team is coming in. That's a massive Unite, but a full heal from Squirtle as there goes the Unites, and Unites are going around all the way around Frozen, and there he goes down. Squirtle's Den goes down. Everybody else goes down. 5-man top as they go ahead and score.
And they actually secure the Regieleki onto there. Only 8 points left on the top side. Ikigai no Tsurugi is definitely putting the gas pedal, just going full throttle at the early stages of the game, actually reaching the mid. But a 270 to 25 point differential. But as everybody knows in this game, nothing is left until you reach Rayquaza. Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah, nothing is guaranteed, as well as the team is just waiting here down at the bottom. 3-man top. They thought they were in that bush. They wasted at least 3 to 4 as that Reggie still goes directly to hashtag teamdripp. Huge confusion though.
All the extra experience, hashtag teamdripp is definitely going to need 20 points left on the downward zone. And we're seeing Mr. Mime actually trying to stall as much as possible. The snipe from the side of the Decidueye on hashtag teamdripp. And Machamp is pretty much going to be unkillable if it actually goes in and actually trying to get into the smoke. And Urshifu actually going away, actually throws a wicked blow on the incorrect direction and trying maybe to get that Alolan Ninetales, but doesn't manage to get anything, just whiffs, and it gets punished for it.
Yeah, it definitely does get punished for it, and just barely whiffed it, as I believe he probably had some snapback is what it looked like. But as the Rotom is up top, I mean, not Rotom, I am so sorry, I'm still back in the old ages, as Regieleki is up top, and the rest of the team of Ikigai no Tsurugi is up there and ready to go.
One of the most beautiful things that we are going to see is definitely this beautiful map called Remote Stadium. I mean, Thea Sky Ruins. And just going on to that same length, secured by Cinderace that time, the Regieleki, all of that experience going on to the hyper carry for Ikigai no Tsurugi. Super important.
Yeah, it's super important indeed, as it's going down all the way down, and they have to stop it. It was not pushed by Ikigai no Tsurugi as they went ahead and opt to go ahead and push into this top node instead. Hashtag team bench trying to secure it as much as possible. The rest of the team does show up, but that is a 2, and I would let that break if I was them. I wouldn't even worry about it. That's a huge overcap coming to wait for them later on.
Extension on the side of Ikigai no Tsurugi as well. Most of that fight was not really needed to happen, especially because of the lead that you have. It's just giving away experience on that point, so they need to be careful when it comes to actually trying to secure this last objective on their side. But they actually go for the Regirock, and obviously Wicked Blow Urshifu, one of the best secures in game. With only about 20 seconds left for the Rayquaza, we are moving into a dangerous situation for hashtag teamdripp, and Ikigai no Tsurugi is looking to put that last dagger onto the opposing team.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, as Clefable looks like it's trying to do a cheeky little off score here, but does get away just in the nick of time before the rest of the team showed up. Austin Goetz was there to go ahead and defend it as much as possible. And Eagle looks like it's trying to run across the map. Trying to figure out where they're going to go ahead and position themselves to get this takedown.
They're definitely just looking to defend
Yeah,
around this
100%
fort.
defend.
Yeah, Urshifu was actually trying to look for any type of flank play. The 25 points that are on the board right now are the stacks of the Urshifu, which is definitely the Pokemon you want the stacks in the first place. We are seeing the Mr. Mime actually moving in with the confusion, actually putting the walls, managing to stun the Slowbro. Rotating towards the bottom zone, and we are seeing that one more time now. Managing to get anybody to clank and get stunned onto the wall. But they managed to zone out Ikigai no Tsurugi just in time for them to actually make a really ballsy call and actually try to rip it as fast as possible. We are seeing it just try to go down. 1 minute left on the board. What type of rotation are we looking for? Hashtag Team Drip. They continue to actually hit the Rayquaza. 50 seconds left, and it's already on half of the life. They are waiting on the Cinderace to actually do something. The Unite move is going to come in, and it is secured by the Alolan Ninetales. Urshifu is going to go down. Cinderace secures the kill onto the Decidueye. Squirtle's then doing whatever it possibly can. But hashtag Team Drip is about to go down. And the undefeated streak, just like happened with Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, choke slams, tombstones, last rides, and a kick out, and a kick out, and a kick out. Egoist moving off the map, but not quite being able to, because that's about as far as you can go. The opposing team surrenders. Ikigai no Tsurugi still undefeated in the Unite World Coronation League.
Yeah, and that definitely will submit that ticket in, I believe, as they will take the #1 spot. Or the Rayquaza side, as I will look in more into that going into next week, as we will also have the build and standout. So with that, let's go ahead and look at the battle data here.
Junction putting in the work with the Alolan Ninetales, getting that last secure in. Vix maintaining himself just to be a super priority. A-Goat's doing his thing as well. And it was so important for them to actually make sure that bench did not get going with the Urshifu, and we are seeing it in the damage dealt towards team fights. Wicked Blow Urshifu mainly used to actually secure those objectives. Unfortunately, not quite going to be able to secure that last Rayquaza. That was going to be pivotal for them to actually make a comeback, but Ikigai no Tsurugi really played that game from beginning to end close to perfection, not really losing any types of zones, only allowing 25 points to be scored throughout the course of 8 minutes before the surrender, or rather 9 minutes before the surrender. Really doing a really good job and just cementing themselves as probably the best team in the league right now, and one of, if not the favorite, to get the title if nobody else has something to say for it, right? Darkaura, Jungle Griefers, the same hashtag Team Drip, will have something to say about it, as well as War Legion and the rest of the teams that are gunning for that Ikigai no Tsurugi spot in playoffs.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting, as the Machamp was, in fact, DC'd right there at the end, and I'm like very, very distraught on how that went down. But again, you didn't have that, like, the Decidueye was okay, I think, but at the same time, I feel like Eldegoss would have just played better, as you would have had the double healing. You probably would have been able to out heal the Comfy and the Mime together, as Animated Eagle did do 58k, but the Comfy did 43, and it just was on one person, and Animated Eagle has to spread it up, amongst a bunch of people. So I think if they had the Eldegoss there, it probably would have been a little bit better, as that is a little bit of a single target heal. Yes, you can sport around, but obviously if you land it on one person, it's going to definitely heal that person, and it's not something that you can walk out of a circle in. So it's more like you can go and dive type deal. I liked what they were doing at the beginning. The fact that they banned what they wanted. They got the Slowbro. They got the Urshi, where the Slowbro is massive, and then we get a Clefable or no, we got the Venu after that. It's like whoa. Whereas just you might as well just grab all the healers. I would have liked to have another healer at that top part. Venu, if it even gets banned, it's fine because then you can still have the Decidueye as your jungler. It was just, I think we were prioritizing the jungle a little bit too much because then Urshifu has to hit 13. Squirtle's Den has to hit 13. Decidueye has to hit 13. There's a lot of 13s on that side that you have to hit before you get to Ray.
Awesome fights to end this series. Again, the streak continues for Ikigai no Tsurugi. Not only that, but Comfy manages to get the first match win as the debuting Pokemon gets the victory and helps Ikigai no Tsurugi cement themselves as #1 team in the Unite World Coronation League. And that's going to be it for us today. But tomorrow, what are we going to have on the board, Rhino?
Tomorrow we have a couple good matches, a couple good match-ups, as we will have. Let me find it here. I'm going to go ahead and hide the records as I will not be doing those. What in the world is going on? Okay. We're going to have EXP Elite Force against Aqua. Aura Esports, which is going to be very, very interesting. As both of them are fighting for a spot to at least be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I really like Aura Esports logo. It looks so clean and so crisp.
I do.
But again, the
that.
struggles that we have on the bottom side, like the top teams are actually duking it out to actually get the particular seeding, and then the bottom teams are actually starting to scrap to get those W's so they can actually not be the last two teams to actually secure their playoff spot. So there's going to be a lot of desperation and a lot of hype when it comes to these types of matches, and I cannot wait to watch my team perform, and they got this.
Yeah.
Completely unbiased, by the way. Completely unbiased.
Absolutely, and as they could, absolutely. And Aura Esports has been doing pretty good, bringing a lot of teams to best of threes. To be honest, so they're gonna bring y'all to a best of 3 as well. And I feel like that starting off on our Friday afternoon is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see it.
Woo!
As we are going to go ahead and go into game number 5 as we have the Jungle Griefers versus Team Rocketo. Jungle Griefers coming off of a game loss from last week against darkaura. So they are now 5-1. So they have to win if they want to, try to stay in this top spot, as Ikigai no Tsurugi probably has to play darkaura anyway, coming up in the next couple of weeks, I believe, as well. So, if Ikigai no Tsurugi gets taken down and Jungle Griefer still's winning, there's still a chance for them to get that top spot.
Facing them on the other end is going to be Team Rocketo, who has been slowly but surely actually leveling up throughout the course of the few weeks, actually managing to get a couple of good clean victories on the board. Locally on our side as well, Team Rocketo has leveled up increasingly to the point we're actually qualifying as the top 3 teams in Puerto Rico for one of our biggest events, which is Winter Clash. And it's going to be super important for them to actually make this statement to make sure that Jungle Griefers knows, hey, Puerto Rico got some good teams as well, and we are one of them. So it's going to be super fun. Jungle Griefers coming off a loss, like you mentioned beforehand, but they will not be deterred. They want that top spot.
Yeah, that top spot is going to be, going to be good, as you will cement yourself into being the top 4 teams going into the big overall playoffs. Again, I will be showing that bracket and how that actually works next week and why everything has happened, and I'll do a deep dive into that next week there, chat. So don't you worry, as we are going to go ahead and go into game number 6, as this is another banger of a day.
Wasted potential in Super Squirtle Squad. Now, unfortunately, Super Squirtle Squad is I believe is the only team that is yet to get one on the board. And Wasted Potential is trying to secure as many victories as possible to get a good seeding for playoffs. So it's going to be super important for Super Squad to get that victory in so they can maintain themselves in playoff contention. I'm rooting for the underdog this time around. Let's go Squirtles.
Yeah, they faced off in week 1, and Wasted Potential did a 2-0 on them, and so this is going to be a bounce back for Super Squad and a possible, win for themselves against Wasted Potential. Wasted Potential is very, very strong, yes, and they have been taking a lot of the top teams to best of threes as well. But Super Squad has been taking a lot of the top teams to best of threes also. So to see this, it was definitely, it's definitely going to be a good one.
It for us tonight, right, Rhino? Just
Yes,
closing
sir.
out at least day 1 on week 7 of the Unite World Coronation League.
Yes, week 7 is done and ready to go, as we are going to go ahead and go into week 8 starting next week. But we do have more games tomorrow on Friday night, so definitely you guys stay around. Make sure you hit that follow button, and I'll see you guys on the flip.